Okay, so let me share meanwhile my screen. Let me record this meeting as well. All right, guys. So let me know if you're able to see my screen. You guys able to see my screen, right?
Yeah, visible. Yes.
Thank you so much for confirmation.
पंकज सर कैसे हो?
Kirti, you were trying to ask something?
क्या पूछ रहा हूँ कैसे हो?
Oh, all good, all good. आप कैसे हो?
बस बेहतर.
Good, good. Thanks for asking. All right, guys. So, yeah, Kirti, anything else you want to ask before I can start?
No, you can continue.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. So thanks guys for joining the today's session. Okay, and we are going to discuss again a very basic fundamental about the SD-WAN. Before we entering in the SD-WAN, we have to make sure we have the very good understanding about the platform, understanding about the basic requirement that is a prerequisite which is going to use in the SD-WAN. What are those prerequisite and how the concept is going to be relate with the legacy WAN to the SD-WAN technology. So those things we try to understand today, and also we try to understand a little bit more about the history, how SD-WAN has been transformed from the Viptela SD-WAN to Cisco SD-WAN and Catalyst SD-WAN. Now a latest trend we have, and what are the difference? We have all three different versions. Okay, so that we all try to understand, और इसके बाद हम समझने की कोशिश करेंगे कि how it is going to completely transform our network, what the benefits we are going to get, how it is going to scale our network, how it is going to give the flexibility, how it is going to save our cost. I'll give some real-time examples so you guys going to understand. Okay, so I hope you guys are ready for this. So let us start. So the first thing, in the previous sessions where we discussed fundamental about the SD-WAN, how this SD-WAN is going to be look like, how my one router having the control plane and data plane and switch fabric, and this control plane, data plane and switch fabric was further converted from the closed box architecture to open box architecture and decouple everything. We put it somewhere in the control plane in the data center or might be the cloud environment, and we connected those control plane data control plane to data plane via the switch fabric जो हमारा MPLS internet connections होते हैं. So via that we just connected these all things, and finally we are running this SD-WAN solution. So further, before we go and discuss in deep dive about the SD-WAN, we have to understand about two concepts. When any packet is going to land on this particular router, how the packet is going to be processed. I give the little bit examples, like we have something called as the data plane. In that data plane, Vijay, you're not able to hear me? Virendra cannot join. Vijay, I believe your audio is not connected. Vijay, so it looks your audio is not connected, only video is connected. So try to connect your audio, then only you can hear me or I can hear you. So please try to fix it. Thanks, Sanjeev. No problem. Virendra is not going to join. He have some kind of the laptop issue, so no worry for that. No worry. This recording is going to be available, but the session is very important today because I'm just going to give some key insights about this basic concept. Okay.
Sir, this is Vinod here. So, do we have any group kind of thing for this batch?
Yeah, we'll create by Monday or on weekends. Okay. Once everything
Okay.
is settled, then we'll create a group as well. No need to worry about
Okay.
that.
Okay, sir. So, what about the next class? When it is next?
Most probably that is going to happen on the Friday. This Friday, we are going to have a class. Okay, not tomorrow, but Friday. And
Okay,
from
sir.
next week onward, it is going to be regular. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. So I explained that like we have the one of the PC which is connected here, and might be it is directly connected on this particular interface. We have another PC which is connected on this particular interface, could be directly, but they have different network, because this is a router. So router always going to use a different network for the every interface. We cannot configure the same network on the different interfaces. It is going to give the error, a duplicate IP error and all, duplicate network and subnet mask. So here might be I'm going to use the subnet, that is a 172.16.10.10/24, and might be here I'm using 192.168.10.10/24. These two subnet want to communicate to each other. These two subnet want to communicate each other. Then how the communication is going to happen, and what is the, guys, please mute. This is my humble request. So how this, okay, so how this all communication is going to happen and what is the logic behind it? So I explain, the packet is going to punt on this particular interface, that is the IO module, and this IO module basically is nothing. This is the data plane. Okay, we know this is the data plane. This data plane is further going to connect with the control plane. Okay, and in this control plane we have some control informations, and that is nothing, that is your routing table. So we have the routing table. So packet is going to land here, and further it is going to consult with the routing table. But what is the method to connect it? So method is connected, it always go in the back plane where A6 is connected, your jack in jack out ports are connected. So you just insert this particular card, and this card is going to be jack in with the back planes, and these back planes further also means the control plane back plane further connected in the back end, and they are bridging it together, means they are creating the one circuit loop. So that means when the packet is hitting to the physical interface of the particular any router, this router is further going to consult with the routing table, which is the control plane or brain of this device. You can just talk about the brain of this device, and this brain further give the instruction, but they are going to use the third party API. You can just think about that. Not API is the right example, but it is a third party integration, but it is inside of the box, means there is an intermediate device who is just translating the communication between the brain to the IO module, that is a data plane, and then your entire communication is going to be happen between these all data plane and control plane devices. Right? So one thing we just have to understand, what is the routing table going to consist the information. So routing table in the normal router, there are various routing table. We have the static routing table, we have the dynamic routing table, right?
बड़ी समस्या वाले राज्यों में से एक।
Mute please. One more thing, we have the connected route as well. Don't forget about the connected. This also act as a routing table, but connected route, which AD is 0, this AD is 1, and this dynamic routing having the RIP, which having the 120. We have the OSPF, which having the 1110. We have the BGP, two flavor, IBGP and ABGP, 20 and 200. And then further we have the EIGRP. Again have the 280, 90 and 170. 170 is for the external, and the 5 also for the summary. 380 OSPF fab. This 5 for the summary route, this for the external route, this for the normal EIGRP route. So different AD value we have for the every routes, and these all routes are going to be used in the routing table. So routing table basically give the informations how basically we can exit for the any destination. That means, what does mean? Let's suppose I have one packet here. This is my packet. This packet having the two information. One is the source IP address. One is the destination IP address. What is my source IP address? This is 192.168.10.10. my source IP. This want to talk with this particular 172 IP address 10.10. So this is my complete source and destination. By using this source and destination, I can just reach to my destination. So my packet will land to this particular interface. Via this interface, it will go to the routing table, and it will going to ask, hey, can you just tell me how can I reach to this destination? So routing table is going to help And what is the routing table? Routing table is nothing. There is routing protocols. We are might be the connected route, the static route, dynamic route, which are RIP, OSPF, BGP, IGRP, ISIS, anything, right? These all routing can be available, or any one routing can be available in routing table. If there is no routing available for destination, the packet is never going to travel to the destination. It is going to drop inside of this router itself. But if routing is available, then it is going to tell, yeah, if you want to go, you just go via this particular interface to go to destination. Okay, so this is the role of the routing table. So if I define one line example of the routing table, so routing table are used by the router to exchange the routing information to determine the best path of the data packet, okay, and they also going to ensure your data packet is delivered correctly or efficiently. Then routing table is just going to tell, but who is going to carry this data packet? Routing table is just going to tell the path. You can just think about in this way. If this is the interview and I'm going to tell you what is the role of the routing table, so routing table is just giving the instructions. Then who is going to carry the actual data? Anyone can contribute here? Anyone know about that?
Protocol?
Sorry?
Routing protocol.
Routing protocol I'm explaining. Routing protocol is...
No. That means you meant to say that routing table is showing the path. But
it's the
routing
control, it's the
protocol,
control plane. It's just giving the instruction. Control plane, it's giving the instruction, but somebody need to follow the instruction and do the work. You can just think about, I am the person, right? I have the brain, okay? I have the brain. So my brain give the instruction, just bring 1 glass of the water. So my brain given the instruction, but who is going to pick the glass? My hand is going to pick the glass. So
yes.
the actual data is carried by my hand, but brain have given the instructions.
You would say that physical media.
Yes, physical media is one way, that's correct. Physical media is going to carry, but what others? Like, it is not 100% correct answer. It's like the makes sense. The physical media is just going to carry, but who is going to carry? Physical media is entirely coding brain also.
Data plane.
Data plane, okay.
Are you talking about
Data plane is the one plane who carry the traffic, right? But who help to carry the traffic? What is the helping hand here? Anyone know about that?
Yeah, routed planes. There are two planes, routing and routed.
Routed protocol.
Yes. So there is another protocol which is known as the routed protocol. Who all know about this protocol? Routed protocol. There is routing protocol and another is the routed protocol. Who all know about the routed protocol? What does means routed protocol?
IP.
Okay. That's,
Controls the input and output of the data or packets.
so basically, yeah, that's fair enough. No need to worry about that. Wrong and right also. There's no, I'm not going to judge anyone. Okay, so everything is fine here because we are learning. So routing protocol, we understand they having the clear instruction to just give. They have the clear vision to just give the instruction, and based on the instruction, someone should work on that instruction to just follow and deliver the data packet. And that particular protocol is known as a routed protocol. And this routed protocol is nothing. We have the IPv4 and IPv6 or IPX, Apple Talk. These are the routed protocol. These four are the routed protocols. So basically, we keep using the IPv4 or IPv6, not IPX, not Apple Talk. So these are the protocol. The IP is the protocol who basically carry the packet from one place to another place, and the IP is known as a routed protocol. But who give the instruction? That is routing table. And what is the routing table? That is my routing protocols. So this is the clear definition. So what is the routed protocol? So routed protocol are used to move data packet from one device to another device in a network. You got my answer? Let me put it here, the clear definition, so you guys can understand. If I just write here, you can just note it down. Routed protocol. We have the example. Let me put it here. The The routed protocol, we have the IPv4, IPv6, IPX, Apple TLOC. These are the routed protocol. And what is the work of the routed protocol? The protocol that are used to carry or move data packets from one device to another device within your network. This is the routed protocol. And what is the routing protocol? Routing protocol, we given the example, we have the static and dynamic. You know that what is the static and dynamic routing protocols, already I have written that. But yes, the routing protocol used by router or L3 switch to exchange the routing information to determine the best path for any data packets. That's the clear definition. So it's just having a responsibility to just find the best path to just transfer or send any data packet. And who is going to carry data packet? That is a routed protocol. That is the Apple TLOC or IPS and whatever the IPv4 and IPv6 we have. So this is the clear routed protocol. Why I am explaining this? Because these are the basic concept you should know about it in the routing. In the same fashion, the SD-WAN also going to use the same concept there. Now this is the one, routing protocol versus routed protocol. Now we have the another things we just have to understand. What is difference between the underlay versus overlay protocol? Anyone know? Anyone? Please contribute guys, contribute. हिंदी में बता दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
क्वेश्चन क्या था?
What is difference between underlay and overlay?
अंडरले है कि जो मतलब फिजिकल रीचेबिलिटी बनाता है वो अंडरले.
Okay, that's good.
ओवरले वो है जो फिजिकल मीडिया के ऊपर अपना एक सिक्योर टनल बनाता है. दैट इज ओवरले.
Very
Like
good.
you can say IPsec, you can say EVPN, VSN और EVPN ये भी हो सकता है, right ना?
Yeah, that's correct, Kirti. Appreciated. That's 100% correct. So let me explain. Kirti just give the very good answer about the underlay and overlay, but you guys should know about this also. So you can think in this way. If you want to bring something very nice, very strong, very sophisticated, you need some base. Like you want to build some building. So इस building को बनाने के लिए you need a very strong base. Then only you can build the multi-story building, and in that building you can just do the rooftop swimming pool. You can just make the rooftop swimming pool. You can make the top floor parking. You can create another amenities. But at the end, all the weight of the building should be carried by the base of the building. If base is not going to be strong, your entire building is going to be, on risk. And any time it is going to be collapsed. So इसलिए आपको underlay and overlay का same concept it is going to be used here. If I talk about the underlay is just basic IPv4 reachability. IPv6 reachability, basic IPv6 reachability. By using that IPv4 and IPv6 reachability, you can build some sophisticated next generation network, and you have the lot of flexibility on that network. That is your overlay. Okay, so I'm just giving the example. Let's suppose you have some requirement. Let me just open it. You have some requirement. There is 3 routers. R1, this connected with the R2, this connected with the R3. These are the internet providers, and you have the requirement to build the IPsec connection, IPsec tunnel between this R1 to this R2. The tunnel is going to build something like this, and inside of this tunnel you are going to carry the data. So is it possible I can build this tunnel directly? The answer is no. It is not possible you can build the tunnel directly. The first condition, you have to make sure whatever the public IP configured here, means if you are going to build a tunnel over the internet provider, so you're just going to use the public IP address. So whatever the public IP you configured here, that public IP must be reachable. If you are unable to ping, unable to trace, or might be ping and trace is not allowed in the network, but your packet must be traveled through the network. Means ping is the application, might be it is going to block by your ISP. Trace is the application that is blocked by the ISP. But anyhow, you should able to exchange the data packets or some control packet between these two public IP. Then only you can able to form this IPsec tunnel. So you have to make sure you have the basic IPv4 reachability.
इसका मतलब ये हुआ ना कि वर्चुअल कनेक्टिविटी और फिजिकल रीचेबल नेटवर्क.
Yes, so that means you must have to make sure whenever you want to build any overlay tunnels, your underlay, that means your basic IPv4 reachability, your IPv4 connectivity must be there. If this connectivity is not there, you cannot form any tunneling protocol concept. Either that is your IPsec tunnel. This is the one type of the tunnel. DM VPN. We have the GRE tunnel.
So all are the virtual connection.
Yes,
right?
VXLAN, right? We have the OMP sessions. We have the TLS, DTLS. We have the BFD, and etc. We have the many more LIPS connections. So these all are the tunneling protocols. If you want to build this all tunneling protocol, you have to make sure your underlay is there. Means you have the basic IPv4 connectivity is there. If that is not available, you cannot going to form the tunnel. So in our lab topology, if I go there, let me show you. So these are the SD-WAN sites. You can see these are different SD-WAN sites. So these SD-WAN sites have taken the connection with ISP. You can see some ISP is the internet, some are the MPLS. So these are the MPLS. These are the internet, and these are connecting with the control plane devices. So you have to make sure first your IP connectivity is there between these VS devices to the controller, okay, and from controller to this VS devices, vice versa, reverse and forward routing is there. And also between these two devices also have the basic IPv4 reachability. If it is not going to be there, they are not going to talk. Simple definition. Means you are not going to build any overlay tunnel, that is the OMP. You have to build the TLS tunnel. You don't know what is the TLS. You have to build a DTLS tunnel. You don't know what is the TLS. You have to build the IPsec tunnel. You don't know what is the IPsec in the SD-WAN. You have to build the BFD. You don't know what is the BFD. So these all tunnel are going to be required, and it is only possible if you have the basic IPv4 reachability. So that is your underlay, and overlay on top of that basic IPv4 reachability, you are creating something to just exchange some additional and sophisticated information. That is your overlay. Clear?
Boss little bit in the.
हाँ ठीक है, ओके, अंडरस्टैंड. सो ये ओवरले अंडरले का मैं ये बता रहा था कि इफ हमारा बेसिक IPv4 कनेक्टिविटी है जहां पे एक राउटर दूसरे राउटर से कनेक्ट हो रहा है, तभी हम उसके ऊपर ओवरले बना सकते हैं, मतलब कोई भी टनलिंग प्रोटोकॉल चला सकते हैं, IPsec हो, TLS हो, DTLS हो, BFD हो, एनी प्रोटोकॉल, DMVPN है, GRE है, एल्स इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल। और कभी भी हम SD-WAN को कॉन्फ़िगर करेंगे तो इट इज ऑलवेज गोइंग टू यूज फर्स्ट आवर अंडरले कनेक्टिविटी। पहले अंडरले कनेक्टिविटी हम बनाएंगे, फिर उसके ऊपर हम सारे SD-WAN की कॉन्फ़िगरेशन करेंगे, ठीक है। सो विल डू स्टेप बाय स्टेप in the later stage, but we understand this concept. Any question, any doubt till here? Anyone? किसी को समझ आया हो, किसी को नहीं आया कि what is underlay, what is overlay? Because these questions are going to be asked in the interview. What is a routing protocol? What is a routed protocol? And I'm assuming you guys should able to answer this. If you are not able to answer, then probably there is a high chance of the rejection. And these are the basic things they are going to be used. They are going to be asked in the interview. Okay, so if you all are good, shall I move to the next section and explain something else about the SD-WAN?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now we have the question, why we need the SD-WAN solution? क्या जरूरत पड़ गई SD-WAN को हमें लगाने के लिए? Although हमने डिस्कस किया बहुत सारी चीजें, it is going to save our cost, it is going to ease our operation, means complexity is going to remove. It is going to scale our business, means the networking business. It is also able to collaborate with the cloud. They have the security feature available in the box, so they are going to give the in-box security. Do not worry about the fragmented security. They have the application aware routings. They have bandwidth solutions. You can optimize the bandwidth. You can utilize the bandwidth in the great way in the Cisco SD-WAN solution. You have the very linear or very standard solution, not disjoint solutions. तो ये सारे प्रॉब्लम्स थे बिजनेस रेडी वैन को, और इसी को दूर करने के लिए वी आर यूजिंग द SD-WAN सॉल्यूशन। बट कैसे? व्हाट इज अ रियल यूज केस आपकी लाइफ में, आप जहाँ पे वर्क करते हो? सो प्रोबेबली आपको समझ में नहीं आता होगा, बिकॉज यू नेवर थॉट अबाउट इट, या आपको आता भी होगा अगर आपने सोचा होगा तो। टोटली डिपेंड करता है कि हाउ यू थिंकिंग अबाउट दैट, कि क्या चल रहा है और कैसे चल रहा है। But if I talk about how I can just take a real-time example with my current WAN solution with the SD-WAN solution, and I can just understand this all benefits. So the first benefits I'm going to tell about the improved performance. How the performance is going to improve? What was the performance issue in my legacy WAN? So let's say suppose I'm the NOC engineer, okay? एक मेरे पास इंसिडेंट आता है कि लेट मी ड्रॉ समथिंग, जस्ट आई हैव वन साइट एंड आई हैव वन इंसिडेंट, एंड प्रोबब्ली यू गाइज हैविंग द मोर एक्सपीरियंस देन मी, सो आप लोग मुझे हेल्प करना इफ आई एम टॉकिंग राइट और रॉन्ग। सो मेरे पास कुछ इस तरीके की वैन डिजाइन है, दैट्स क्वाइट स्टैंडर्ड। आई हैव दिस R1 राउटर एंड आई हैव दिस R2 राउटर. This R1 is connected with one ISP. This ISP is probably Airtel if I am in the India, and this ISP might be, we can think about the Idea, Vodafone, whatever you can think about. Okay, this is second ISP. This is connected this way, this is connected this way. Now we have the LAN, that is a core switch here. So this is your switch, basically core switch. This core switch is connected with your both WAN, and behind the core switch we have the other devices. Might be I'm directly going to connect the clients to just simplify this topology. So ये मेरे clients connected है, ये हो सकता है server connected है. Now these Airtel ISP are connected with the different data centers, or might be the server, might be ये connected है O365 के सर्वर से जो यहाँ से एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं, जो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का डेटा सेंटर है, और ये ISP कनेक्टेड है, कुड बी ड्रॉपबॉक्स एक एप्लीकेशन है इससे कनेक्टेड है, या सिट्रिक्स से कनेक्टेड है, या हो सकता है कि SAP एप्लीकेशन से कनेक्टेड है, कुछ भी हो सकता है एप्लीकेशन. सो देयर इज ए इंसिडेंट, द यूजर ABCD he start complaining when I'm accessing these applications, SAP or Office 365, just they are complaining 2 application, and this application can be accessed via this link also and this link also. But for some reason, these application are primary path for this application for this Airtel link. So they start complaining, I have some issue. And what is the issue? I'm facing some slowness. Okay. So they reported when I'm opening the SAP, I'm opening the email, it's a very slow. And almost I'm unable to do any work and I'm unable to exchange any emails. So based on his complaint, because he is a user, might be this company is any good company, SBI Bank, you can just think about, or might be this is the some Lloyd Bank out of India Bank, some other global bank. So this customer complained, then this incident was reported to the local IT of the SBI, and this local IT SBI further going to escalate this matter to the vendor. Might be this entire project is managed by the SCL. Okay, so this is going to escalate to the SDR managed service, जिसमें आप लोग काम कर रहे हो, जिसमें आपको सैलरी मिले. मीन्स इन दिस मैनेज सर्विस there is a level 1, level 2, level 3 and level 4 engineers like this. So they are going to connect the SCL having this service desk L1. So L1 engineer is going to pick the call, and after picking the call they are going to understand the problem. So problem is very serious. Entire user is unable to process the banking financial term. They are not able to transition the amounts. Many people are in the queue. They are shouting on the bank, what the hell is going on? You're not giving my money. I have some urgency. I have to pay my hospital bill. I have to pay my EMI, blah blah things. I have to go somewhere in the foreign trip. I need money. So बहुत सारी समस्या है, and this SBI in trouble. And if the customer is trouble, you are also going in trouble. So you also have the high priority. There is a P1 case, or might be the P2 case is going to open, and this is the high priority. So entire management of the SCL is going to top on it. ठीक है. अब यहाँ से ट्रबल शूटिंग स्टार्ट होती है, राइट. द ट्रबल शूटिंग इज स्टार्टेड. L1 विल डू द बेसिक चेक. क्या करेगा? इट विल चेक कि भाई ISP तो ओके है ना, सब ठीक है ना, ISP की लिंक तो डाउन नहीं है. इट इज गोइंग टू से नो देयर इज नो ISP लिंक इज ओके. ISP link is fine, there is no problem, but he checked some extended ping from this router. And what is extended ping? Extended ping, that means he is trying to send some packet, 1000, 2000 packet, 3000 packet, and he is saying कि भाई कुछ इसमें drops भी मेरे को मिल रहा है. So once he start getting the drops, then he find, yes, there is some serious issue and we need to fix it. So what is the quick fix? The one fix, the issue is going to report to the ISP. This is the first fix. Means customer reported to the vendor. Vendor again going to report this to the, because we are the managed service, we are going to connect with the ISP. Hey Airtel, your link having the problem. Can you just quickly fix it? So Airtel again having their NOC systems. There is a L1, L2 and L3 and L4. So you can see how complex this operation. So L1 is going to engage from the Airtel. They are going to again check what is my local provider, what is the media type, fiber, Airtel means fiber, or my microwave or some other copper. They are going to check that. After checking, they will do some their work कि भाई कहाँ पे क्या दिक्कत आई वो चेक कर रहा है, फिर पहले भी आप. But what is a quick solution? Customer service is impacted right now, and your link is not down. And link is not down because of that your failover was not happen. The key point, I have the dual circuit here. So ideally if my link is going to down, my failover is going to happen. So this user is never going to face the slowness. Okay, this link have problem, then all traffic start going via this, and they can access the SAP and Office 365. But वो failover नहीं हुआ मेरा. So if my failover is if my failover was not happen,
फेल ओवर तो इसलिए नहीं हुआ ना सर, क्योंकि लिंक डाउन नहीं हुआ ना.
yes, this is the key thing, Sanju, right? You are absolutely right, because this is not a link down, this is a performance issue, right? This is not link issue, this is the performance issue. So in the performance issue, normally in the normal WAN solutions, we don't have any kind of the failover solutions that is quite reliable. That's why the first thing we are talking about the improved performance. I just taken the first topic and I'm just giving the realistic example so you can understand. So we have the performance issue in the my WAN circuit, but this my setup is not helping to quick recovery. So अब क्या होता है देखो story. The next story, this L1 find that hey, there is issue, we need to do the manual failover. So once we start doing the manual failover, then he is not skilled enough to do the manual failover. He escalate this case to L2 engineer. अब जो L2 engineer है, because we are running the eBGP here, we are running the OSPF here, we have the redistributions and all. So if this engineer have the very good knowledge of the BGP and OSPF and the redistribution, then he can able to do some failover. If not, वो भी अपना हाथ खड़ा कर देगा. That is also going to be raise hand. I'm not able to do that. अच्छा, क्लास में कितने लोग हैं जिनको हिंदी नहीं आती है? Anyone there जिसको हिंदी नहीं आती है? सबको हिंदी आती है ना?
Sir, I can able to understand bit.
Okay. चलो थोड़ा हिंदी इंग्लिश में करते हैं क्योंकि एक दो लोग की रिक्वेस्ट आ रही है. Okay, so try to make both language. So what is going to happen कि अब L1 engineer is not able to handle, L2 is also not able to handle क्योंकि उसके पास skills नहीं है. अगर skills है तो he is going to help you, but अगर नहीं है तो वो भी अपना हाथ खड़ा कर देगा. And then he is going to say, hey L3 engineer, can you come in a picture? So now जिसको ज़्यादा सैलरी मिल रहा है, who is going to get the high pay salary, L3 engineer, उसके पास choice नहीं है. So he come in a picture. After coming in a picture, he is going to do the failover, and he carefully shut the BGP never ship. He make sure the failover was happen, and this path become the primary. All route get exchange. और उसमें भी अगर कुछ गलती कर दिया, उसने कुछ गलत कमांड चला दिया, so there is a high chance कि again there is a problem. So you doing the manual failover, and by doing the manual failover, still there is a chance you can make a mistake, and by doing the mistake, might be the whole network is going to be down, or might be some other complexity is going to be happen. ये भी problem हो सकता है. So finally we taking some risk, and after taking some risk we done the failover. तो चलो failover तो चलो इंजीनियर ने मिलकर कर दिया, there is no problem. फिर से अब क्या हुआ, अब इस इशू का इश्यू फिक्स हो गया. अभी कस्टमर की बिलिंग होने लगी, मीन्स पैसे जमा होने लगे, चेक क्लियर होने लगे, ट्रांजेक्शंस होने लगे, बाकी चीज़ें भी ठीक हो गई. बट एट द सेम टाइम एयरटेल इज वर्किंग, एंड ही वर्क विद द लोकल ISP एंड ही क्लियर ऑल द पाथ. सो अगेन द पाथ इज क्लियर, ही कंफर्म माई पाथ हैज बीन क्लियर्ड. सो अगेन यू हैव टू डू rollback of these changes, means again you have to make this link as a primary, this link as a secondary for this traffic. So again the same concept is going to require कि आप L1 हो तो नहीं कर सकते हो, probably आप L2 होने चाहिए, या आपके पास अच्छी नॉलेज होनी चाहिए BGP OSPF का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का, then you are going to do that. So फिर वहाँ पे फिर L2 L3 engage होते हैं, and then they just do the failover again, और उसमें कोई गलती का चांस नहीं होना चाहिए. You have to very good script, very good planning, then you can do that. So this one incident come, but by using that incident, you have to do a lot of effort to just make sure the user is not impacted, or you just have to give the very good user experience. तो एक नॉर्मल सिनारियो बताया कि एक लेगेसी वैन में आपकी चीज चलती है तो कैसे होती है. Now just I want to reverse this in the SD-WAN solution. I just want to reverse this normal router to the SD-WAN router with the same scenario. Then we'll see क्या होता है अब हमारे पास, क्या ये सारी चीजें करने की जरूरत है. Let me see. So how performance is going to improve by using the SD-WAN? Let's understand this example. So I simply remove these routers, normal router. I'll replace this router with the new router, that is my VH router, VH1, and this is the VH1 2. This is the SD-WAN router. So this is not normal router, these are the SD-WAN routers. So if I am going to use the SD-WAN router, तो क्या मेरे कुछ benefits मिल रहे हैं यहाँ पे? आंसर इज यस, आपको इतना बेनिफिट मिलेगा। पहली बात, if this link, same incident is going to happen first time, same incident, this link having the packet loss issue, packet drop issue, this user never going to come to know that there is a packet loss issue. He never going to report this issue. Why? Because we have the feature in the SD-WAN. Even there is a packet loss, you have the SLA configuration, you have the monitoring, you have some kind of DPI who is keep tracking what is happening, and it is just going to seamlessly fail over the traffic without any human intervention. Means no required any L1, no required any L2, no L3. The failover is going to happen seamlessly. There is a performance issue, it's fine. Just failover. कौन करेगा? अपने आप vManage कर देगा, या VH या कंट्रोलर, जो भी हमने, जो सारा हम एक SD-WAN का फैब्रिक बनाते हो, अपने आप कर देगा। जब इसका पैकेट ड्रॉप सही हो जाएगा, फिर से अपने आप रोल बैक भी हो जाएगा। सो डू यू थिंक दिस इंटायर सेटअप इज गोइंग टू रिक्वायर्ड? नो, इस कस्टमर को पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ। ही नेवर गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड, कभी इंसिडेंट रेज ही नहीं करेगा। तो आपकी एक इंसिडेंट जो एक आया था, जिसकी वजह से पूरा बैंकिंग सिस्टम हिल गई थी, परफॉर्मेंस इशू बिकॉज ऑफ द वैन सॉल्यूशन, बट उसको आपने SD-WAN से रिप्लेस कर दिया। उसके अंदर ऐसे फीचर हैं कि इट इज गोइंग टू ऑटोमेटिकली अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज माय लॉस लेटेंसी जिटर इन द सर्किट्स, हाउ माय एप्लीकेशन लेटेंसी इज, हाउ माय क्लाउड बेस्ड एप्लीकेशन लेटेंसी इज, एनी SaaS एप्लीकेशन लेटेंसी इज। और अगर वो आपके डिजायर लेटेंसी, जो आपने बोला है कि मेरी एप्लीकेशन की लेटेंसी अगर 100 मिली सेकेंड्स आती है, बिलो 100 मिली सेकेंड्स है, तो इसको आप एक्सेप्ट करो। अगर 101 होता है तो तुरंत इसको फेल ओवर कर दो। तो यू जस्ट क्रिएट द पॉलिसी, यू डिफाइन सम काइंड ऑफ द सेटिंग्स इन द SD-WAN सॉल्यूशन, और ये अपने आप हो रहा है, तो आपको कोई टेंशन लेने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। सो दिस इज द वन एग्जांपल आई एम गिविंग टू जस्ट यू गाइस अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट बेनिफिट यू आर गोइंग टू गेट। कोई डाउट? तो दिस SD-WAN हैविंग सच काइंड ऑफ द फीचर, बाय यूजिंग दोज फीचर हम इसको कॉन्फ़िगर करेंगे। ऑलमोस्ट हमने कॉन्फ़िगर भी कर रखा है। देखो आप लोगों को दिखाता हूँ एक चीज, इसमें पुराने बैच में हमने कॉन्फ़िगर भी कर रखा है। सो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि भाई इस पॉलिसी के अंदर अगर हम जाते हैं, तो if we add the policy, if you go in the SLA, you can see SLA classes, so we can just monitor different traffic, data port, what is the loss, latency, jitter। इस SLA को हम कॉल कर सकते हैं पॉलिसीज के अंदर। जैसे एक पॉलिसी बताता हूँ, एप्लीकेशन अवेयर राउटिंग पॉलिसी, जिसमें इसमें देखोगे तो इस SLA को हमने कॉन्फ़िगर कर रखा होगा, दिस ऐप अवेयर राउटिंग पॉलिसी। सो विल डिस्कस व्हाट इज द ऐप अवेयर राउटिंग पॉलिसी, किस तरीके से हम WAN लिंक को ट्रैक करते हैं, अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम होता है तो कैसे फेल ओवर होता है। So those things we'll discuss, but yes, this SD-WAN having this feature, so performance is definitely going to improve. I just given the one example. We have the multiple examples. Like another example I'm going to give. Let's suppose you have the router, same situation. We have the n number of example, but मैं आप लोगों को एक और example देता हूँ ताकि आप लोगों को समझ में आए कि let's suppose कि ये router आपका SD-WAN router नहीं है. This router is belong to the normal Cisco router. Again, अब एक राउटर है, somehow this router is going to be faulty. अब क्या करोगे आप? If this router is going to faulty, you are in the NOC network engineer. So the first thing you have to do the RMA of this router. RMA router करोगे, then this Cisco is going to dispatch the router. फिर आपको एक ऑन साइट टेक्नीशियन, आपको फील्ड इंजीनियर वहाँ पे भेजना पड़ेगा। फील्ड इंजीनियर जाएगा, उसको रैक में लगाएगा, रैक में लगाने के बाद उसको पावर देगा, पावर देने के बाद फिर दैट इज गोइंग टू रिक्वायर द कंसोल ऑफ द राउटर। फिर उसकी पूरी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन आपको कॉन्फ़िगर करनी पड़ेगी मैनुअली, और उसकी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन की बैकअप भी आपको रखना पड़ेगा। यू जस्ट हैव टू रिक्वायर द बैकअप द कॉन्फ़िगरेशन एज वेल। और फिर आपको वेबएक्स चाहिए या जूम चाहिए या टीम्स चाहिए, उस पर रिमोट सेशन चाहिए आपको, एंड देन यू आर गोइंग टू डू द लाइन बाय लाइन कॉन्फ़िगरेशन आप करोगे जाकर वहाँ पे। वंस यू हैव डन दिस कॉन्फ़िगरेशन एंड ऑल, देन उसके बाद आपके पास बहुत सारा टाइम कंज्यूम होगा। फिर आप उसमें लैन केबल लगाओगे, वैन केबल लगवाओगे, देन इट इज गोइंग टू कम इन द प्रोडक्शन। अगर आपने सब कुछ किया, इस सारे काम को करने में ऑलमोस्ट आपको वीक भी लग सकता है, क्योंकि इसमें बहुत सारे कोऑर्डिनेशन होगा, अरेंजमेंट होगा, डाउन टाइम्स होंगी, राइट। या फिर आपको जब आप सेशन रिमोटली करोगे कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, तो सम टाइम आपका इंटरनेट नहीं चलेगा, कुछ अलग अलग प्रॉब्लम आती रहती है। सो कभी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन नहीं ले रहा है, कुछ कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में एरर हो गया, आपने सही सिंटेक्स नहीं डाला है, तो बीइंग इंजीनियर यू आर गोइंग टू फेस लॉट ऑफ चैलेंजेस। सो The work is very complex, time consuming. You are also going to be frustrated. But अगर यही SD-WAN का router होता तो what is going to be happen? So if the same solution is going to happen with the SD-WAN, not this normal router, so कुछ नहीं करना है, just required 2 steps. If this faulty, do RMA. RMA के बाद साइट पे आपका राउटर डिस्पैच हो गया, वहां पे लोकल IT टीम होगी या आप AFI भी अरेंज करा सकते हो. वो AFI इंजीनियर क्या करेगा? He just going to turn on the power और कनेक्ट कर देगा LAN और WAN केबल. इतना करते ही, और ISP की लिंक बेसिकली लगेगा इसमें, ISP लिंक भी कनेक्ट कर देगा. कोई कॉन्फ़िगरेशन करने की जरूरत नहीं है, कुछ भी करने की जरूरत नहीं है. दिस राउटर इज ऑटोमेटिकली गोइंग टू ऑनबोर्ड इन द सिस्टम एंड इट स्टार्ट सर्विंग द नेटवर्क. This is the magic is going to happen, and this magic is known as the zero touch provisioning. So this is another feature we have, zero touch provisioning. So this is going to give the next level of the feature where you can just simply plug and play, no required any manual configuration. But how, what is the concept behind it, कैसे ये होता है, we understand. But this kind of feature we have. So कैसे नहीं performance आपका improve होगा, कैसे नहीं आपकी चीज सही होगी. Understand guys? Hope any question anyone have? बताओ.
Understand, sir.
Clear सबको है?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Correlate कर पा रहे हो अपने वर्क से आप लोग, जो आप लोग करते हैं तो दिन भर?
बिल्कुल.
ठीक है, thank you. So moving next, it is also going to add the security feature. So definitely if the security is available within the box, so definitely it is going to boost your security. Means पहले क्या करना पड़ता था कि if you have the any sites, those sites you have to integrate with the firewalls, like the Palo Alto firewall, Cisco firewall, Checkpoint firewall, Soapbox firewall, बहुत सारी firewall है. So you just have to purchase the firewalls as well to make sure your network is very robust, very strong, and उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं आ रही है. मतलब कोई भी ऐसी unauthorized access communication, it is not going to happen, which is going to create a problem for you. So because of that, आपका एडिशनल कॉस्ट भी होता था. कैसे कॉस्ट? एक तो डिवाइस कॉस्ट आपको खरीदना पड़ता था, दूसरा यू जस्ट हैव टू हायर ए इंजीनियर हु हैव द फायरवॉल एक्सपर्टीज. बट इफ आई डिप्लॉय द SD-WAN solution, this SD-WAN solution itself is a complete solution जिसके अंदर नेटवर्क है, मीन्स आपका नेटवर्किंग भी है, प्लस इसके अंदर सिक्योरिटी भी है. मीन्स यू कैन डू द एंटायर नेटवर्किंग एंड सिक्योरिटी हियर. So if you have the very good network engineer and security engineer for the SD-WAN solution, he can alone manage entire SD-WAN security portfolio as well, along with the networking. Because ये सारा URL filtering, advanced malware filtering, अगर आप देखोगे, so this security have the entire feature available, which I showed earlier also. बाद में हम दिखाएंगे इसको कि आप जो भी security policy आप बनाना चाहते हो, देखो यहाँ पे application filtering, intrusion prevention, IDS, IPS, URL filtering, advanced malware protection, DNS security. These all features are available within the SD-WAN devices. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to invest in the hardware or hire security engineers to just manage those hardware. आपका simple काम हो जाएगा inbox security से, which is available in the SD-WAN solution. And definitely if we have such kind of the deployment solution जहाँ पे आपको failover करने की टेंशन नहीं है, less configuration की नहीं टेंशन, मतलब ज़्यादा configuration नहीं करना है, तो आपकी complexity भी नेटवर्क के अंदर नहीं रहेगी. It's like the very simple network. Means you know how the traffic is going on, how to troubleshoot, where is the problem, because the design and architecture has been deployed in such way for the SD-WAN solution. Once you understand entire solution, your life is going to be easy and you are going to be, easily managed with the less configuration, less struggle. And the same time, it is going to like integrated with the cloud features. Means you don't have to worry about the MPLS connection. आपको MPLS पे ज़्यादा depend नहीं होना है. You don't have to work about the any kind of the dedicated circuit. You just take the any kind of the internet circuit, like the 4G, 5G, any internet ISP, broadband connections, and by using these all ISP, You can integrate your SD-WAN solution with the cloud providers by the IPsec tunnel, and you can securely access the communication कहीं भी हो, आपको less costing में सारा काम हो जाएगा, ठीक है. So this is also cloud integration. कैसे cloud integration होता है, that is also we are going to understand. Reduced cost, definitely, because we don't have to purchase the new tools for the monitoring, reporting, configuration backup, firewalls, and other engineers. Like, you don't have to worry about that. So अगर मैं इतनी सारी चीजें एक बॉक्स के थ्रू कर रहा हूँ and that is going to manage by less engineer और उसके अंदर automated सारा फीचर है, so my cost is also going to be reduced. आप ऐसा सोचो कि आजकल कितना ऑटोमेशन का आ गया जमाना, राइट? Means one single click can do a lot of work. So this SD-WAN also is kind of the orchestration plane devices we have, and also it is going to automate your all network in terms of the WAN technology. So इसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसी होती हैं जो आपको कुछ करने की IP से कॉन्फ़िगरेशन करने की जरूरत नहीं है, ऑटोमेटिकली इट इज़ गोइंग टू बी क्रिएटेड. BFD कॉन्फ़िगरेशन करने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपकी ऑटोमेटिकली होती है. OMP की कॉन्फ़िगरेशन लिटिल बिट आपको करनी है, बाकी चीज़ें अपने आप हो जाती हैं. सो बहुत सारे ऑटोमेशन हैं जो इसमें आपको बाय डिफॉल्ट फीचर मिलते हैं, एंड यू जस्ट हैव टू यूज दोस फीचर, बट यू शुड नो द कॉन्सेप्ट कि इसके पीछे की लॉजिक क्या है. कई बार हमें उसको मैनिपुलेट करना पड़ता है. सो इफ यू डोंट हैव द राइट फीचर, राइट कॉन्टेक्ट, right content about that particular feature, so probably you are going to struggle. So इसीलिए हमें कॉस्टिंग भी बहुत बचती है, एंड इट इज गोइंग टू सेव अ लॉट मनी फॉर द एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. एक तो MPLS सर्किट भी नहीं लेना पड़ेगा, यू कैन जस्ट यूज एनी ब्रॉडबैंड एंड एनी काइंड ऑफ द ISP. इट इज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू टू कनेक्ट योर नेटवर्क. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, इंटेंट बेस्ड नेटवर्किंग. व्हाट इज द इंटेंट बेस्ड नेटवर्किंग? इंटेंट बेस्ड नेटवर्किंग, दैट मीन्स my network should run based on my intent. मेरी चाहत के हिसाब से मेरा नेटवर्क चलना चाहिए, मेरी विश के हिसाब से मेरा नेटवर्क चलना चाहिए. दैट इज इंटेंट. मैं जैसे चाहूँ वैसे फ्लेक्सिबली इसको मोड़ सकूँ, फ्लेक्सिबली इसको कहीं पे रीराउट कर सकूँ. मतलब ऐसा होना चाहिए नेटवर्क. ऐसा आप इसको समझ सकते हो कि एक प्रोडक्ट मैंने बनाया, उस प्रोडक्ट में इतना फीचर हो कि इट्स नॉट लाइक स्टैटिक, इट शुड बी डायनेमिक, कि मैं कहीं भी कोई भी चेंज कर सकूं उसके अंदर, अपने हिसाब से उसको मैं कस्टमाइज कर सकूं, फिर भी मैं उसको यूज कर सकूं, लाइक दैट ओनली. सो दिस इज द इंटेंट बेस्ड नेटवर्किंग. सो इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द SD-WAN, दिस हैविंग द फीचर based on my intent, based on my company requirement, I can customize it, I can use it, I can leverage the feature, I can enhance the feature, I can just steer the traffic, I can just fail over the traffic, I can block the application, allow the application. Those all is possible because these are the next generation networking. It's just going to work based on your intent with their all capabilities. Okay, any question till here? All 5-6 pointers what we have discussed till now, batao kisi all good till here?
Yeah.
So let's discuss last 4 points. Predictable application experience. What is the predictable application experience? So you can predict how my network is going to be look like. If you have some database, if you have some data, तो आप उसके बेसिस पे आप कर सकते हो डिजाइन. लेट्स सपोज कि आपकी कोई कंपनी है एंड आप
Vishal, one question here.
यस प्लीज.
There was one more point was there, the reduced cost. I just wanted to get some lines for how it reduce cost.
Yes, I explained this reduced cost. I explained, right? Because your firewall is going to be removed, your engineer cost is going to be removed, your complexity is going to be removed, your lot of automation is going to be available in this particular box, your MPLS circuit not required. You can do all over integration over the internet circuit, any type circuit. So definitely it is going to reduce the cost because a lot of things you are suppressing from your network. So आपका वो reduce करेगा cost को. Clear, Nalendra or Sanjeev?
Yes.
Okay, we'll discuss again, right, how it is going to. I'll give the more examples. जब मैं इसके आगे बात करूँगा ना, तो you'll get some other use cases also. कि जब मैं आप लोग कॉन्फ़िगरेशन करूँगा तब बताऊँगा कि देखो जी, अगर इसको हम SD-WAN लगाते, सो यहाँ पे क्या होता. और SD-WAN लगा रहा हूँ तभी क्या हो रहा है, एंड इफ आई जस्ट गोइंग टू यूज द नॉर्मल WAN, तो यहाँ पे क्या क्या चीजें होती हैं यहाँ पे. So you guys are going to understand those things as well. But yes, definitely cost is going to reduce, because first major cost for the any WAN solution is MPLS. And if you are going to remove the MPLS from your network, it is going to save a lot cost. Second cost is the security. Security is one of the most cost in your network. If you're going to remove the firewall, then also going to save your cost. Third cost is the bandwidth of the links. You having the bandwidth, but you are not going to utilize those bandwidth effectively, because आपको इसको solution ही नहीं है कि आप application based routing करो. हमेशा routing is going to happen on a destination base. So even you cannot save the cost from there. So यहाँ पे आप जब use करोगे तो that is going to give the lot of flexibility, जिससे आप यहाँ पे bandwidth को effectively utilize करोगे तो वहाँ भी आपका पैसा बचेगा. So many things we have. Predictable application experience. Is it clear, Sanjeev? Shall we move again?
Yes.
Okay. So we have the predictable application experience. Means I can understand what is going to happen in my network in next 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, or 1 year, 12 month, based on the statistics data. Let's suppose I have some company. Those company are selling some product. Might be they're selling some mobile phone. So might be the first month they are going to sell 100 of the mobile phone, but next month they are selling the 200 mobile phones. Third month they are going to sell the 300 mobile phones and 400. So they have some data. Based on the data, they come to know in 5th month probably I will sell up to 500 mobile phone. So I have to arrange that much stock. In 6 months I'll sell the 600 mobile phones. I have to stock, means I have to make sure I have the stocks. Similarly in the WAN, whatever the application I am using, those applications are going to consume the bandwidth. They have some kind of the packet loss, they have some kind of the loss, latency. So those historical data is going to be available in my dashboard of the SD-WAN. If you go for the any kind of the link, let me show you real time. So this historical data is going to be available and based on those historical data, you can see you have the application data, you have the interface data. Right now nothing is showing, but you can see this data is going to be available here. WAN throughput, top talkers, WAN, TLOCs, firewall, a lot of information is there. So based on these data, you can predict how my bandwidth is behaving, how my application is consuming and killing my bandwidth, and accordingly what is the future forecast is going to happen for my network for upgradation, downgradation, any kind of the other device level upgradation, downgradation, some other kind of the requirement. Those are also going to be help you. So this predictable application is also possible based on the data set available in the SD-WAN dashboard. Now the most important and one of the key things available in the SD-WAN, that is the application aware routing. I keep saying when we do the normal routing, the routing always happen based on the destination IP address. The routing always happen based on the destination IP address. So if I want to access the google.com, this google.com have the thousands of IP address and more than thousands of IP address. So I cannot control which IP is going to google.com. Based on the IP, I cannot fail over the traffic or I can load balance the traffic. Simply I just open the internet 0.0.0 for the all internet prefixes, or might be I'll take the 1 million all the internet BGP routes in my routing table, and based on that my traffic is going to follow whatever the available route available for the particular destination of the Google at my location, and that is going to destination. Similar for the Facebook, similar for the Dropbox, similar for the any kind of Citrix and other application. So always FQDN is going to convert it, fully qualified domain is going to be converted in the IP address, and those IP address must be available in my routing table from the any best path, and that path is going to follow to reach to destination. But if I talk about this SD-WAN solution, if I just want to remove this destination IP address criteria, and I want to do the routing based on the facebook.com, google.com, these are the application, or youtube.com or YouTube application. I can do based on the application, not on the destination. So this flexibility is also available here. So well-known recognized application is going to come in a picture, and based on that application we can do the routings. Okay, so this is the application aware routing which will do the labs as well, right? So this is a key zero touch provisioning that I explained.
हेलो
Yes, Kriti.
क्वेश्चन है कि यहाँ पे सपोज ये तो होगा इंटरनेट पे वेल नोन एप्लीकेशन के लिए जा रहा है लाइक फेसबुक गूगल, जब अब इंटरनेट का कोई एक एप्लीकेशन है, इन दैट केस क्या होगा?
इंटरनेट की एप्लीकेशन है तो कैसे ट्रैफिक जाएगा?
दैट मीन सपोज मैं मेरा एक इंटरनल एप्लीकेशन है, सपोज
हाँ।
एसबीआई का कोई एक इंटरनल एप्लीकेशन है SBI.com, दैट इज इंटरनल नॉट एक्सटर्नल। तो समझ लो उसके लिए राउटिंग करूँ तो उसके लिए कैसे होगा? वो क्या एप्लीकेशन बेसिस होगा या डीएनएस आईपी बेसिस?
इंटरनल सबनेट्स हैं, राइट? सो
हाँ
दैट इज डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू हैपन बेस्ड ऑन द डेस्टिनेशन, अनलेस वो एप्लीकेशन वेल रिकग्नाइज है इन SD-WAN डेटा सेट और DPI पैकेट जो होता है, डीप पैकेट इंस्पेक्शन होता है, उसके अंदर रिकग्नाइज है, देन इट इज ओनली गोइंग टू वर्क। बट जितने भी आपके वेल नोन SaaS एप्लीकेशन है, इंटरनेट बेस्ड एप्लीकेशन है, those are going to recognize, but internal application probably not is inside of this DPI, so they are not going to recognize, they're just going to
तो
follow.
ऐड कर सकते हैं क्या हम लोग?
Till now there is no feature in the dashboard, but probably in the future Palo Alto Firewall we can add, we can create the custom application. But
Okay.
here let me show you, if I go here in the SaaS application cloud base, so this is the cloud based application only, so you have similar some kind of, see this is application list, and if you want to add the application, let me show you, you can only select from these drop downs.
Okay.
So we cannot create custom one. So Palo Alto and like we can firewall solution we have, but in the SD-WAN we have some limitations.
Okay.
Okay, Kirti?
Okay.
All right, so
एक और चीज इसमें SD-WAN पे क्या हम L4 लेवल पे भी राउटिंग कर सकते हैं? दैट मींस पोर्ट लेवल पे
हाँ,
फिल्टरिंग?
पोर्ट मींस राउटिंग नहीं कर सकते, दैट इज अ लाइक हम उस पे ब्लॉक कर सकते हैं, अलाउड ट्रैफिक एंड ब्लॉक,
यस
मतलब राउटिंग इज ओनली लेयर 3, बट हम उसको ब्लॉक कर सकते हैं ACL में,
Okay.
सिक्योरिटी पॉलिसी में, दैट ऑप्शन इज अवेलेबल.
ओके थैंक यू.
Okay. Now zero touch provisioning. Zero touch provisioning is something I explain. We have a dedicated chapter for this. Means you just have to purchase the box. No any configuration is going to require. Just simply plug and play. Means just connect the LAN and WAN cable and power on the box, and वो अपने आप router configure हो जाएगा और network में आ जाएगा. ऐसे magic होता है. That is a ZTP process. So this is also going to happen in this networking domain. That is a SD-WAN solution. It is going to be available, and we will see how it is going to happen in the later stage. Last but not least, that is a zero trust fabric. What does it mean? This is the key things you just have to understand. This is the that is a part of GTNA, zero trust network access, and in the SD-WAN we call it as a zero trust fabric. So what does mean zero trust fabric? Means by default any component of the SD-WAN not going to trust any other component of the SD-WAN. Means in SD-WAN lot of component we have the vManage, we have the vSmart, we have the vBond, we have the vEdge, we have the cEdge. So these are the key components. So if the vManage want to talk to vSmart, vBond, vEdge, or either of the devices want to talk to each other, by default they cannot talk until they prove their identity. मीन्स आप इसको इस तरीके समझ सकते हो, जीरो ट्रस्ट मीन्स कि आपके पास एक कंपनी का ऑफर लेटर है और उस कंपनी में आपकी ज्वाइनिंग है, आप कंपनी का ऑफर लेटर है आपके पास, आप कंपनी को ज्वाइन करना मतलब कि आप कंपनी के फैब्रिक को ज्वाइन करना चाहते हो, उनके फैमिली का पार्ट होना चाहते हो, बट क्या आप जाओगे ऑफिस में और HR इज गोइंग टू ऑनबोर्ड यू डायरेक्टली? द आंसर इज नो. सी or he first going to check your credentials. They know कि आपके पास ऑफर लेटर है, आप ही हो XYZ पर्सन, बट फिर भी आपसे बोलेंगे अपना आधार कार्ड दिखाओ, अपना पैन कार्ड दिखाओ, अपने एजुकेशनल डॉक्यूमेंट्स दिखाओ, एक्सपीरियंस लेटर दिखाओ, रेजिग्नेशन एक्सेप्टेंस लेटर दिखाओ. If you show everything and see verify, then only see going to onboard in the organization. Similar in the SD-WAN fabric, even you want to talk with me, I know कि आप SD-WAN का ही डिवाइस हो, मेरी फैमिली से बिलोंग करते हो, बट यू हैव टू प्रूफ योर आइडेंटिटी कि आई एम द राइट पर्सन. एंड वो कौन चेक करेगा? जैसे कंपनी में HR होता है, वैसे ही हमारा vBond होता है, VHR होता है, जो जेम्स बॉन्ड होता है. इसके बिना पूछे कोई पत्ता नहीं हिल सकता. मीन्स यू हैव टू प्रूफ देयर आइडेंटिटी कि मैं ही राइट पर्सन हूँ, मेरे बिना कुछ नहीं तुम कर सकते हो, एंड देन इट इज गोइंग टू ज्वाइन द फैब्रिक. सो दिस इज हाउ द जीरो ट्रस्ट फैब्रिक कम इन अ पिक्चर. So these are the key benefits we have available in the SD-WAN solution. We understand three things. We understand about the routing protocol. We understand about the routed protocol. We understand about the underlay. We understand about the overlay and benefits of the SD-WAN. इन सारे टॉपिक्स में से किसी कोई क्वेश्चन है तो मुझे बताओ. आई विल ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन अगेन, बिकॉज आज के लिए हम थोड़ा सा बेसिक थ्योरी पे ही रहते हैं, क्योंकि और भी हमें थ्योरी समझना है, तो आई डोंट वांट टू पुट एवरीथिंग टुडे. सो प्लीज लेट मी नो any question in this all technology, routing protocol, routed protocol, any underlay, overlay, benefits of the SD-WAN, how it is going to happen, and how this all problem is going to be overcome from the business ready, that is a normal WAN. All good, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if all good, then we can conclude this session. So thank you so much. We'll connect in the next session. Okay.
Vishal, sorry, one thing. What will be the means? How many days and what will be the days for this?
Monday to Thursday.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
टुमारो क्लास नहीं है क्या सर?
No, tomorrow we'll connect on the Friday.
फ्राइडे. ओके सर.
Tomorrow, अच्छा कल नहीं है?
नहीं कल नहीं, फ्राइडे, एंड नेक्स्ट वीक ऑनवर्ड विल कंटिन्यू.
अच्छा ठीक है.
ठीक है. ओके. थैंक यू एवरीवन. बाय बाय.
थैंक यू सो मच सर.
Thank you so much, sir.